Oh, guys, hey, we are live from the Brojo for another episode of the Takedown Breakdown.
Sick kick.
I am your host, Kien and Zac, and I am here with...
Zach.
What up, man? How you doing?
I'm good.
It's good, good. So we have a lot of new things coming to the Roshan Bros Network. Eli has just been watching Hellsing, so that's going to be a video that comes out this coming week, too. That'll be out on our... that'll be out on Wednesdays. This comes out on Sundays. Mondays is the podcast. Tuesdays are video game stuff. Wednesdays, Eli reviewing anime shit.
Jesus, man.
Yeah. But we record a lot of episodes in one night.
Well, yeah. Which reminds me, when are we going to watch some more terrible cartoons?
Oh, yeah, we should definitely do that.
Let's watch more Legend of Zelda cartoons.
Yeah, we'll do that after this if you want to do that. That'd be fucking hilarious.
You mean just us?
Yeah, why not?
You don't want everybody else in there?
Well, I mean, do you just want to watch it? I think it'd be funny. I mean, we can, we will, but excuse me, princess.
Don't say that at work to your female coworkers. They get mad.
Oh, really? You're gonna tell that story in the podcast then. So, first news story is Viz Media acquires the license for King of Strong Style Autobiography, San Francisco, California, February 8th, 2018. The premier company in the fields for publishing animation distribution and global entertainment springs into the wild world of professional wrestling as it announces the accusation of the English language published rights for King of Strong Style 1980 to 2014.
You think Nakamura would have that?
That's Nakamura's autobiography.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Sorry, that's Shinsuke Nakamura's autobiography, and I think I'm going to pick it up. It's probably going to be broken English AF, but...
Or in Japanese.
No, it's an English adaptation. That's what Viz Media does. They translate mangas and shit. So they're going to translate the fucking book. Right. It's Shinsuke Nakamura's own writing, so, I'm pretty stoked. I dig it. 10 out of 10.
Even though you haven't read it yet.
Yeah. Per report from Dave Meltzer from Wrestling Observer Newsletter, Jason Jordan's recent neck injury had some effects on WWE's plan for the Elimination Chamber match. Originally, Jordan and Rollins were to be part of that match to set up a bout between a pair at WrestleMania 34. Of course, due to Jordan's injury, neither Rollins or Jordan will be a part of the match now. As the original plans were to have Rollins versus Jordan at WrestleMania, Meltzer says it's not a dead issue at this time. There is currently no update on how long Jordan will be out of action.
So basically, Jason Jordan was taking the place of Dean Ambrose.
Mm-hmm.
That's disappointing, especially because I would have liked to see Seth Rollins in the chamber. Could have done that Spider-Man shit.
It's sad. Yeah, I get that. Oh no, it's just kind of shit when you see people get injured.
Yeah, especially at this time of year. This is just like 2016 when all the major stars got injured for WrestleMania 32.
The thing that's interesting about that is that everybody is getting injured and this is the road to WrestleMania, and I think that's what sucks is that the storylines that we had planned to see the cool shit, we're not gonna have it because people are getting hurt.
Right. I was especially looking forward to that Dean Ambrose Seth Rollins rivalry that was rumored, but
yeah, but then he got injured, so.
I think we're going to have to wait till SummerSlam for that. But I digress. I can wait for it.
You're not going to get any of that cool stuff you wanted, Zach. Just get over it.
At least we're going to get Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal title.
Ah, damn it.
There is a cool thing, though. We get AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah. WWE has announced the former talent Serena Debs has joined the WWE Performance Center as a coach.
Hey, Straight Edge Society.
Here are the highlights from the interview. Her role will be at the Performance Center. I will be a coach for the female talent, and obviously alongside Sarah and Amato.
Okay, she is still there.
For the first little bit, and helping to groom the next generation. Although current WWE Universal Champion Brock Lesnar's contract is not up in April, after WrestleMania, the sports entertainment company could keep him around through August. It should be noted that the company recently sent out SummerSlam travel packages promotional artwork that did not include Lesnar. UFC President Dana White recently commented on Lesnar potentially fighting again in the promotion this year during his appearance on Wednesday's episode of UFC Tonight on Fox Sports. Here is what he had said. Anything is possible, White said about Lesnar.
Of course.
On UFC Tonight. Brock has always shown interest in coming over and fighting in the UFC. I wouldn't be shocked if he gave it one more shot.
Neither would I.
WWE is looking to use former UFC Women's Bantamweight champion Ronda Rousey as a way to make Stephanie McMahon a bigger mainstream star. As noted, the sports entertainment company is reportedly working on putting together a WrestleMania 34 match with the two on opposite sides. Meltzer wrote the following. As far as Rousey goes, the key item not really talked about is the goals and a major reason why she is there from the company standpoint. All the different questions about her value to the company financially, I'm told, are secondary.
Just watch Stephanie McMahon beat her at WrestleMania.
That could happen.
Would you be surprised if that happened? I wouldn't be.
Not really.
If they want to make her a bigger star, hopefully they don't have Stephanie McMahon beat Ronda Rousey, because that would not happen. Ever.
Would it not?
No, she's a fucking MMA fighter.
But McMahon has been in wrestling for years, Zach.
She didn't do shit.
McMahon's
when she
been
wrestled.
in wrestling for years, Zach.
That doesn't matter.
Look at Shane McMahon.
Shane McMahon just jumps off things. I'll give him his due, though. He can do some pretty cool stuff, like a shooting star press.
It is well known by now that Triple H is now in charge of the creative for the 205 Live brand as WWE Chairman. Vince McMahon has stepped down. You can really tell.
I was about to say that. You can tell that they're following the blueprint of the Cruiserweight Classic.
The tournament style.
Yeah. Well, not even tournament style, but just the way the Cruiserweights go out there and perform now.
Doing jumps and shit.
Well, not even that, but they're allowed to actually have time to tell a story in the ring.
And, like, you can tell, like, we can get into that when 205 Live hits, that I'm, like, really excited to talk about because it was really awesome.
Same.
That's awesome to me. Like, I'm super stoked. Oh, 205 Live is getting interesting. Dave Meltzer also reported that although McMahon said that the ex-NFL press conference that there would be no change as far as his role in the WWE goes with forming the league, the feeling is that the game will get more control due to the fact there are only 24 hours in a day. It said that the hiring of Jeremy Borash is part of
Jeremy Borash?
Yeah.
From Impact?
Yes. Triple H is building his team, and there are other people who have been talked to with the idea of being in his team and coming up to fill the key positions when he's in charge of WWE. It should be noted that there is some concern within the sports entertainment company about Triple H taking over because producing 1 hour of TV a week geared towards hardcore fans is much easier than producing 7 hours of first-run TV of the main roster.
I mean, they're not wrong, but Triple H is capable of producing 2 hours of great wrestling with the takeover specials.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that even appeals to some of the casual fans, too.
Right. Former WWE star Ted DiBiase spoke with Wrestler Zone for a new interview about his run on WWE and potential of returning to the ring and more. During the interview, he spoke about his run-in legacy alongside Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes.
So does Junior.
What?
I thought when you said Ted DiBiase, I thought you meant Senior.
Junior,
like, wow.
yeah, sorry. He believes that Rhodes will be a world champion under the WWE banner. Here's what he had to say.
If he ever comes back.
That was one of the best times of my life. I love those guys. I love Cody. He became like a brother to me, and I'm excited for his success. He embodies the discipline and commitment it takes to be on top. It was hard for us growing up in the shadows of our fathers and trying to make a name for ourselves. There's a lot of battles we had to face, and individually and being with him, he'd had a year on the road before I got there. He was just incredible with the way he brought me in. To partner and tag team with him and have some of the runs that we did with DX, Randy, and Legacy, I will treasure that for the rest of my life. Cody will go back to WWE and be world champion. He deserves everything he's getting. Randy is just Randy. He's been a legend since day one, and he is still a legend.
Okay, but does he remember that Cody already was a world champion in Ring of Honor?
Mm-hmm.
Plus, the thing is, too, Cody actually became a major star in the company. Ted DiBiase didn't really do much after Legacy split. If you remember, he just went back to being with Cody when Cody had the face mask on. Then after that, he did some DiBiase posse stuff where he was basically undercard, and then he was just released.
Yeah, that's right. Cody did have a face mask for a while.
That was one of his best gimmicks. I love that gimmick.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't like that?
I mean, it was just great. Cody Rhodes with a face mask to me.
But he was psychotic.
Cody Rhodes.
And he put on a lot of great matches during that time.
Stardust is like the only thing I kind of remember from Cody Rhodes, and it pisses me off. It makes me so angry.
About Stardust? Or
Wasted potential.
Well, if he comes back, could follow the Drew McIntyre route.
Wasted potential.
Drew McIntyre or
No,
Cody Rhodes?
Cody Rhodes.
I mean,
by the end of his run at the WWE, it just ended up becoming wasted potential to me.
He said he's happy, though, in the indie scene, so we'll see if he actually ever does come back.
I'd be excited.
So would I.
WWE has pulled Kane from all live events through the end of this month, starting this weekend. It should be noted that he was advertised for television and live events in March, including his match with the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar at the upcoming live event on Saturday, March 3rd, the United Center in Chicago. If you recall, WWE wrote Kane off of TVs from the near future after being attacked by Braun Strowman last week on Raw.
That is true. Kane is still running for mayor, is he?
The rumbling is that it's actually because of an injury.
Oh, well, I'm not surprised. How old is he now?
Oh, he's old. That's all I can say.
Seems like Braun Strowman's the person to go to if you want to write someone off, because they did it with Big Show as well.
He's 50.
Oh.
Yeah, he's old.
Right.
So we're gonna go to the Raw results.
Hooray!
Yeah. So what happened, Zach?
Off the top of my head, I can't remember that much.
Women's division booked strong on Monday.
Is that Asuka and Bayley?
Asuka and Bayley.
Yeah.
It was a good-ass match.
And they didn't have to kill themselves like the one with Sasha and Asuka.
Yeah, and Bayley and Sasha were talking about Asuka.
Seeds of dissension. Could Sasha be turning on Bayley because of what Bayley said about her being able to beat Sasha?
Yeah.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Yes. Nia Jax defeats Vanessa Floyd via pinfall.
Did you know that Vanessa Floyd's only 17 years old?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Is very shocking.
Really?
Yeah, she's only 17 years old.
That's impressive, though.
I mean, I know some of the jobbers before, like Jeff Hardy. I think he was only 16 when he was squashed by Razor Ramon. But yeah, the person she squashed is only 17 years old.
It's not the end of the world. Yeah, she looks 17. That sounds weird.
You can't really see much of her, though.
Yeah, there she is.
Yeah. Nia Jax is just killing her in these pictures you're looking at.
Yeah. Well, there's not much you have. Yeah, there she is.
Well, damn. Give props to her for going in the ring with Nia Jax. Holy
Dude, she
shit.
looks like she fucked me up, so
Nia Jax or
yeah,
Vanessa Floyd?
Vanessa Floyd and
Both.
Nia Jax.
But it was a quick squash, though.
Jason Jordan gets on Shield's bad side again.
It's not the Shield without Dean Ambrose. But yeah, he did. He cost them their match against the Bar.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty stupid because once again, Jason Jordan should know if you put your hands on someone on the opposing side, they're going to get disqualified. And again, he was a tag team specialist in NXT with American Alpha. What the fuck? You just expect us to forget this?
He's now playing a different character.
I don't care. How do you lose that much experience
You don't
just
lose
from
that
dropping
much experience.
just from going to SmackDown to Raw like that?
You're not losing experience,
And
though.
clearly he is because he's making a bunch of rookie mistakes.
Because,
in
that's
tag
what the
team
fucking
matches.
script says.
Fuck the
You're
script.
acting like he's
Jason Jordan was a tag team specialist on NXT
Dude,
and SmackDown.
I know, but you're acting like Jason Jordan is the one who's man, I should do this.
I know, but still, are the writers thinking we're that stupid? This was just a year ago.
I'm thinking the writers think you're that stupid, yeah.
Apparently so.
It was a good match for what it was.
Yeah, it was. Until Jason Jordan came out for some unknown reason.
Yeah, I thought he was having surgery. What the fuck?
He had surgery the next day.
Mm.
But, yeah, and then everyone told him to go home. Seth Rollins called him a son of a bitch. And then Kurt Angle basically yelled at him to go home.
Jason Jordan?
Yeah. Kind of like a dad telling his son to go to his room.
Go home, Jason. Fine, Dad. I will.
He was basically just like, damn it, go home! And Jason was just like, and then just walked away.
He's playing the my dad owns this thing.
I get that, but the thing is, how do you go from being a tag team specialist, having great matches with the Revival and Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt and the Usos. They're suddenly forgetting some of the basic fundamentals of being a tag team.
Plot device?
What plot device?
He's the spoiled rich kid.
Spoiled rich kid?
Yeah. I'm not saying it like I agree. I'm just letting you know. That's like what they're trying to do.
I understand what they're trying to do, but at the same time, he was a tag team specialist with Chad Gable and American Alpha. And then he moves over and suddenly he lost all that. And Seth Rollins is coaching him on how to be a great tag team partner, even though Jason Jordan was NXT Tag Team Champion and SmackDown Tag Team Champion.
The Shield were also tag team champions.
Yes, I know that.
They were a good team until Seth Rollins betrayed them.
I mean, they could have been great last year too if Roman didn't get sick, and which is out of his control.
Yeah, he got mono, didn't he?
Something like that.
Yeah, that's fucking awful. No, so do you think that it's going to be Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins?
God, I hope not.
Why?
I like those matches, but their Money in the Bank match is still fresh in my mind, and I'm not really interested in seeing that one because I really wanted to see Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose, and now I have no idea what Seth Rollins is going for, and I still have a feeling that it's going to be Roman versus Brock. So.
Roman Reigns defeats Bray Wyatt. Made me happy.
Of course, because you hate Bray Wyatt.
Then fucking Matt Hardy shows up.
But he's getting a second chance next week in the Fatal 4-Way.
Then Matt Hardy shows up.
Did you say Matt Hardy?
Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, and then Matt does a twist of fate, and it's like, oh, look at that.
Delete!
Finn Balor and Carl Anderson defeat the Revival.
That's another thing. I understand Finn Balor and Carl Anderson have tag. I know that they were in the same faction with Bullet Club, but how many times did those two actually tag in Japan?
I don't know.
I don't think it was that often, unless it was in like 8-man tags with Doc Gallows and Bad Luck Fale. But again, the Revival are tag team specialists, and they got beat by two people who barely tagged together. So, but I'm not really complaining because I actually enjoyed seeing Finn Balor and Carl Anderson team up.
Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali defeat Tony Nese and Drew Gulak.
And Drake Maverick was on commentary, hyping up the Cruiserweight tournament.
Yeah, I was pretty excited. The Miz defeats Apollo Crews.
For a second, I actually believed Apollo Crews was going to win.
Really?
To go into the chamber. It's just like one of those new things like they did with Elias. Who expected Elias to go into the chamber? Get out of here. No, you didn't. You thought for sure Matt Hardy was going to win.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually really didn't give a shit who won, to be honest. I hate them both. On equal footing.
Then your opinion will be deleted, and it will be wonderful.
Mickie James defeats Sonya Deville. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Mickie James defeats Sonya Deville.
That was a quick match, but the note is Alexa Bliss saved Mickie James from that attack.
Yes, she did.
From Absolution. Many people are speculating it's a face turn. However, I believe that she's just trying to get allies for the chamber match. So.
Elias defeats John Cena via pinfall.
Okay, that one was surprising. I thought for sure it was going to be Strowman. But there wasn't much to this match, though. Aside from them teaming up and beating up Braun Strowman. And then Strowman hit the power slam on Cena. And then Cena... Elias pushed Strowman out, and then he pinned Cena, and then Strowman just unleashed power slams on them both to end the show.
Good. Fuck John Cena.
You like John Cena.
No, I don't.
I know. But that reaction was worth it. So let's get to SmackDown, right?
Yeah. Angry Styles causes triple threat match at Fastlane.
Wow. AJ, what are you doing? First you put your foot in your mouth to get in a handicap match, and then you intentionally cause a disqualification to get this triple threat match? What are you doing?
Again, you act like it's their fault. It's just the...
I know it's not their fault, but at the same time, this writing is driving me crazy sometimes.
I can tell. How bad is it irritating you, Zach? Please tell me more.
The AJ thing doesn't really irritate me that much because Sami Zayn struck first, if I believe. No, wait, Sami was egging him on.
Yes.
So that one doesn't really irritate me as much.
Like, this was an interesting match. So this is the match at the end of the match, though, but it was like the last match. But like Daniel, like I'm starting to assume that Daniel Bryan is gonna
return,
not be part of the WWE for a while.
Really? You think?
He wants to go back into wrestling.
I know, but there's also speculation that he's gonna face Shane McMahon at WrestleMania 34.
That'd be interesting. I'd be down for that.
Yeah, I would too.
They're starting that feud. That'd be interesting.
I mean, the feud started a long time ago, but.
Charlotte Flair defeats Liv Morgan.
Another thing about the Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens match was they basically threw out all their greatest hits against each other.
Yeah, it was awesome.
You know, it was kind of like if you watch a highlight package from their matches in the previous years. Not like Ring of Honor and PWG, but like from their WWE matches. And Charlotte Flair defeated Liv Morgan. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Charlotte Flair did defeat Liv Morgan, and that was okay.
It was short.
The Bludgeon Brothers defeated Unnamed Jobbers.
Again! Yay! And then they had a confrontation with the Usos.
This makes me excited. Like, it gets me stoked.
But doesn't that throw out your hope for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos?
It does, but I do like the Bludgeon Brothers.
And again, the Bludgeon Brothers and the Usos had a great series of matches. And I keep forgetting what year. I think it was 2014.
2014, yeah. I don't know. This makes me interested, though. This gets me excited. This gets me hyped. This gets me pumped.
It does for me, too. But I wouldn't have minded seeing Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn face the Usos for the titles.
I think that was a waste, though. See, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn doing that, like, it's kind of a waste on those. Because, like, they're not going to be partners by the end of this.
Yeah, but at the same time, this triple threat thing is basically the same as the handicap match at Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but now they're all in it, and they... Like,
yeah, I know that, but it's probably going to follow the same formula of them ganging up on Styles and arguing.
The Usos deliver an in-ring promo.
Yeah, another one. Did they have that jail cell graphic?
Yeah.
Again? Oh. Great.
Daniel Bryan reveals SmackDown's first top 10 list.
What is the point of this top 10 list?
I don't know. It's
Like, is this just popularity?
Yeah.
Or is it for actually going to mean something where someone gets a title shot?
No.
Well, I know AJ Styles was number 1.
Ty Dillinger gets number 10. Yeah, of course he gets number 10.
No, I said AJ Styles.
I know, I'm
one.
just reading the list. Ty Dillinger gets number 10.
Yes, but here's the thing about that. Ty Dillinger hasn't been seen on SmackDown for how long? How did he get number 10 besides being the perfect 10?
Randy Orton gets number 9.
That's kind of surprising.
Becky Lynch gets number 8.
All right.
The Usos get 7.
All right.
New Day is 6.
I would have put the Usos before New Day, but that's just me.
Bobby Roode gets 5.
I don't know that.
Naomi got 4. I was a little weirded out by that.
Oh.
Shinsuke Nakamura got 3. Charlotte Flair got 2, and AJ Styles got 1.
Switch Flair and Nakamura.
U.S. Champion Bobby Roode defeats Rusev via pinfall.
This was good. People are starting to wonder, though, when are they going to pull the trigger on Rusev?
What do you mean?
Like, this whole Rusev Day thing has gotten so over with the fans. People are wondering, are WWE going to do something about it, or are they just going to give it the Zack Ryder treatment and just kill it?
Kill it before it's good?
No, kill it, like, by giving Rusev so many losses and booking him in stupid matches like they did with Zack Ryder back in 2012, I believe.
Right.
With his U.S. title run. One hopes not, because Rusev is a promising talent.
WWE 205 Live results, February 6, 2018. The Cruiserweight title match continues.
This was great. I loved it.
Yes. We open with the recap of last week, the introduction of Drake Maverick, and back to the first 2 matches of his title tournament, TJP over Tyler Bates and Cedric Alexander over Grand Metalik. Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness welcome us, praises Maverick, and runs down. Then we go into Lucha House Party.
That's their name.
Kalisto defeats Lince Dorado. And whatever. And that was awesome.
It was. I'll talk about that once we wrap things up with this. Like, I want to point something out, but we'll keep going with the results.
Oh, go about it.
No, because it also has to do with Hideo Itami and Roderick Strong.
This match was awesome though. This match had heart.
Yeah, it was. You could hear them screaming, "I need this"
Yeah,
to each other.
it was just it was intense. It was awesome. They were fucking flying around. I was having a good time. I was like, this is what 205 Live needs to be.
Like the Cruiserweight Classic.
It needs to be high flying shit doing fucking awesomeness.
Like the Cruiserweight
Classic. Cruiserweight Classic. Yeah, no, for real. Video package on Roderick
Strong?
Yes, Roderick, which contains clips and narrations from his great multi-part Who is Roderick Strong series on NXT.
Yep.
Selfie promo from Cedric Alexander saying no one will stand in his way, and Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, Mustafa Ali interrupted and basically said, "Are you sure about that?"
Yes. TJP sit-down promo. He reads criticism of his win over Tyler Bate from Twitter. It's tough to give everything you have to something like he has with wrestling. In the Cruiserweight Classic, he gave it at all because fans believed in him. Now that we don't, he's doing it for himself this time.
That reminds me of the match in Chicago that he had when the Cruiserweight division first started, and the fans were giving him the Cena treatment. Basically, the women and children were saying, "Let's go TJ," and the men were saying, "TJ sucks," which surprised me because TJP was extremely over at the time.
But yeah. I don't know.
And he did great in the Cruiserweight Classic. Many expected Kota Ibushi to win the Cruiserweight Classic.
I actually really expected Kota Ibushi to win the Cruiserweight Classic, but then again, I really like Kota Ibushi.
Well, you have to remember, Kota wasn't going to stick around either.
No, because he was a free agent.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
And he likes to compete in Chikara and New Japan.
Yeah.
He did come back to NXT, I think, once to compete in the Dusty Rhodes Classic.
Yeah. Drew Gulak and Tony Nese head into the meeting with Drake Maverick. The GM asked Gulak what happened to him. And this was actually super awesome, too. He made that point. He's like, y'all just, have talent, and what the fuck happened?
I love that promo so much, I watched it about 10 times. You gotta love Drake Maverick's.
Yeah.
His expressions, the way he says
passion.
it like he believes in everything he says.
Right, and that's what was awesome.
And he's pushing them to do better, which is basically the whole thing with the Cruiserweights being taken over by Triple H, which is he's going back to the blueprint of the Cruiserweight division. I mean, Cruiserweight Classic, like I've said, and you can really see it shine through.
Yeah, and that makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Roderick Strong defeats Hideo Itami in set promo during his entrance, putting over Strong, but saying he doesn't belong on his show.
Yeah.
This is an awesome match, too.
I will agree with that. It reminded me much of their NXT match last year for the #1 contendership to Bobby Roode's NXT title.
It was insane. I loved it.
That backbreaker he did to him on the outside of the ring,
yeah,
it looked like it hurt.
It was intense, dude. This match was awesome.
It was. And here's what I wanted to point out. Kalisto versus Lince Dorado was the more high-flyer, fast-paced match. Roderick Strong versus Hideo Itami was the more slow, technical, mat-based match.
Jumping knees and shit, dude. That was everywhere.
I know. It was great because both of them are great at striking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very surprised Roderick Strong went over. I expected Hideo to go over only because I thought Roderick wasn't done in NXT. If he is done in NXT, that's surprising considering it seems like he still has some stuff to do.
Right, but it was such a good match, though. It was
right.
So fun. It was awesome.
I told you this earlier, but I'm kind of disappointed Hideo won, but at the same time, I'm really happy Roderick Strong won because I like them both.
Yeah. I was really sad Hideo lost.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, no! And I was like, oh, it was a good match.
There goes the Japanese takeover, WrestleMania 34.
Yeah, that's no, that would have been dope.
Even though I'm almost 100% sure Cedric Alexander is going to win.
I'm pretty sure Hideo Itami is still going to be.
Well, did you see his tweets?
Yeah.
How he was just like, it's over, but I'm not done.
Hideo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw those?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that means? It's not that he's going back to Japan, I know that.
I don't know.
I think what that means is I'm out of the tournament, but I'm not done pursuing the title.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what that means. Or maybe hopes are being put up. Maybe he'll move to the main roster. I'd be fine with that.
I like 205. I like him in 205 Live though. He's proven himself.
If he can get out of that feud with Jack Gallagher. Not
Yeah.
that there's anything wrong with the feud, but they've been.
I'm assuming that.
Dominating it.
Yeah, I'm assuming that might be like his match in like an upcoming pay-per-view.
Oh boy.
So we go to NXT and Heavy Machinery versus Roderick Moss and
Riddick
Moss and
Tino Sabatelli.
yeah, how was that?
Short. Wasn't really anything to speak of besides the fact that Riddick Moss and Tino Sabatelli seem to be going for a split and their tag team is splitting up. That's surprising to me because neither one of them really seem like they can stand out on their own. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, who knows? These matches are kind of lackluster for me.
All three of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Heavy Machinery versus Moss and Sabatelli was kind of lackluster, only because there wasn't much going on besides the tease of the split between Moss and Sabatelli.
LeRae
Candice LeRae
stands by Johnny Gargano's side as Alma and Vega confront Johnny.
Yeah, basically Johnny Gargano came out and said, "I earned your respect at TakeOver Philadelphia with that match," and then he tried to call out Tommaso Ciampa, and then Almas and Vega came out and said, "You're just a loser," and then Vega started shoving Johnny, saying, "What are you going to do about it?" And then Candice LeRae came out and just shoved her down. But the big part of this is that Johnny Gargano has agreed to put his NXT career on the line against Andrade Cien Almas for one more shot at the NXT title.
God damn it!
And unfortunately, I read ahead in the spoilers, so I know how it's going to go.
And,
So I won't be surprised.
yeah. Shayna Baszler meets with press to say she's become the most feared woman in NXT in just a few months.
I mean, if you can do what she did to the arm of Ember Moon and Dakota Kai, I'd be pretty afraid too.
Yeah.
But next week, Shayna laid out the challenge. Ember Moon said, "You got it. Next week, NXT Women's title on the line. Moon versus Baszler again."
Sanity versus Undisputed Era, six-man...
You forgot about the Bianca Belair squash.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Go on.
I don't remember who her opponent was, but she only used 2 moves against her.
And one.
A modified burning hammer and then what they call the alley-oop, which is basically a power bomb, and then you just throw them behind you.
Yes.
And that's surprising.
Why?
Not surprising, but
I was like...
just that she used 2 moves. Usually the jobber gets like a punch or something.
What's a jobber again?
A jobber is basically someone who comes in and just is there to put over the talent they want to push.
Yeah.
In a very dominant fashion.
Yeah. So the 6-man tag, Sanity versus Undisputed Era.
How did they do it? Yeah.
How was that?
It was all right. For a Tornado 6-man tag team match, I expected more.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of let down by it, but it was still pretty good. The star of the match was Killian Dane.
Mm-hmm.
No surprise there. But they brawled all over the arena. They even went down in the locker rooms.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but there was one stretch where every guy was in the ring at the end, and they all just bust out like super kicks, knees, clotheslines, and kendo sticks and all that.
Oh, shit.
And Killian Dane threw, I think it was Bobby Fish off the stage onto all the other teams. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, Killian Dane won with the Ulster Plantation or One-Winged Angel.
Yeah.
You can't escape it.
So, did they do the match? They did the Gargano match?
No, that's next. It's either next week or it's down the line a little bit.
Right on. Okay, so that's been a... It was a lackluster week for WWE.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, there wasn't really anything that great to speak of aside from 205 Live.
Which is surprising.
Considering how 205 Live became an afterthought. But with Triple H in charge, I got a lot of hope for it.
Right.
Plus, he's taking over for the main shows, so we'll see what happens. Maybe we can get some NXT quality out of it.
I hope so.
Some people say.
I hope so.
Yeah.
So this has been the Takedown Breakdown. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good day, guys.
Later.